Well, it's mainly donations actually, and you know, at the Garchen Institute I get a room, and actually not even board, but I get a room, and I can stay, so I have no utilities, I don't have to pay rent, and I have a little stipend. So there, with the stipend I buy my food, and then when I travel, it's just basically donation based like that, yeah. That has helped. It makes me feel more secure, you know, because especially living in the United States, I've never had insurance before, and that's a little bit scary because, I mean, now it's okay, I never get sick, but there's really no security when you live on donations. So that really gave me some actually security, and I got an insurance, you know, and I felt like, you know, I can support myself with more confidence. I mean, I had more of a challenge during the study of Tibetan. In order to become a translator, I was really struggling with like quite some hardships. At that time, I actually thought I don't know if I can do this. And during the translation, I mean, yeah, I mean, financially it's very difficult. I mean, I would not consider giving it up though, but definitely, I mean, it's definitely a challenge about that, but I wouldn't think, I mean, during the translation there have been many challenges, but I would never thought about giving it up. For one, it's you know, my teacher Garchen for sure. Especially in the beginning when I was learning Tibetan, he was really the one who kept me going. He goes, you have to continue, you have to do it, you know. And so then that's why I really, but the more I learn, the more I also understand karma. And I just understand that anyways, you know, I cannot escape, you know. It's my, no matter where I go, it's my karma, you know. If I have to suffer, I have to suffer, and if not, then I won't. But actually, you know, if you suffer for the Dharma, then, like the Buddha said, one headache takes care of aeons of hell realm. So if you suffer in the, like, you know, while you're practicing or serving the Dharma, then it seems to be a beneficial thing to do when you think about karma. So it's probably more and more trusting in karma and my guru's blessings, I guess. I would like to, yeah. I would definitely like to, until the project is completed. Because I believe in karma, you know, I can just say that I think this is like one of the best things you can probably do. Of course, I'm not someone who sees that, but I know from like what I have learned that, you know, support the Dharma is just like to do the Dharma, you know. It's like if you support the Dharma, you have the same merit as anyone that is doing the Dharma with that support. So I think there's no greater benefit that one can make than making sure that the Buddha's teachings do not die out in a degenerate age, but that they remain. And for the Buddha's teachings to remain in scripture, and the Buddha's words really are the Gangyur, they are the Buddha's words, and it's now up to us to keep it alive, to keep it here, because it will degenerate if we don't over the course of time. So it serves the Buddha's teachings to remain, and if it remains for a long time, then there's always something of what you did in there. And then also it serves sentient beings, because in the future so many people will read. Over many generations we'll continue to read that. And actually before that it was quite limited. It was just for the Tibetans, and within the Tibetans, I mean, it's mainly the monastics, and even within the monastics it's just some of them who really studied the Gangyur. So it's not, mostly it's on the shrines, but it's nothing that actually is so widespread that people actually know. And if they would know the Gangyur, they would know what the Buddha had said. They would trust in karma. They would understand the correct view. And even the stories that it is put in are just so beautiful that, you know, I think people would actually like that. Any kind of person, even not a Buddhist, will actually like that. So anybody could actually benefit. You could even make like soap operas out of it. I think it's like it's just something for anyone. Really, it's like a really nice story that could benefit so many beings in the future, I think. And if we make sure it stays, then we have made meaning to our life. You know, then we can die thinking that, you know, I've actually done something useful. You know, I've made sure that the Buddha's teachings stay, and that sentient beings learn karma and hear the Buddha's words in many different languages, whatever is available to them, you know, in the future. And that seems to be really beneficial, because what other thing would be so purposeful to do in life than, you know, to make sure that beings have some source of happiness in the future. I know that the sponsors definitely have a pure intention to support the Dharma and, you know, have the Dharma remain, and so because they have a good intention, I feel like very responsible for how I make use of the money, because, you know, I have more awareness, I think, than I would maybe have when I just had a regular job or, you know, an income. But because they expect this money to go for the purpose, and of course it is given for this purpose, and the purpose is accomplished, but it's still at the same continuum of intention. So, you know, I feel that I'm also responsible for, you know, or I'm even inspired. I'm more inspired even to use this money also in a meaningful way. You know, well, at least, you know, of course I have to make a living, but at least not in like a wasteful way. You know, like at least not for going, you know, to shopping mall or something like that. You know, like in a meaningful, or at least not non-virtuous way. So I think if like we all have this intention as translators and people who are involved with that, then we all make this really, we understand that it comes from a good intention, and then we like hook on to this merit, and we also use it in a meaningful way. Then maybe there will be even a greater merit, a greater virtue to, you know, to bring this all to a completion, because initially it was given with intention to complete it. So maybe, you know, if we all deal with all the grants in a very virtuous way, then maybe that will set the cost that this intention will be fulfilled.